Hello.
I can if you want. I thought you.
Dean's here. He's early. He's on 5:17. He was here.
Huh.
Looks like this is the end of the road for Iowa. Let me turn that down.
In the studio is presented by New Whole Body for all-day odor protection.
End of the road for Iowa, Rob.
Oh, I can go in. I'll do inside. Okay. I gotta move.
You gotta move something.
I gotta move me.
You gotta move you. They gotta use that roof, Rob.
Yeah, they're gonna be cooking. So
they cook in this room.
You're a goof. You're a goof.
I don't know where that room is. I just know it's not the kitchen though.
It's gonna be distracting.
Oh, all right. All right, Rob's gonna move. How you doing, Joseph?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back out and come back in.
All right, yeah, just sign back. Yeah, that's cool.
Can I do that? Go out and come back in?
Yeah, you can. It shouldn't make any difference. If there's a problem, you just call me.
Okay.
All right, Rob. Women are kicking you out. Well. So I don't know. Pope's doing a live stream. I thought he was coming in. What's his name? Act Nation's got kid duty. His wife had a emergency, so we might do a live stream tonight. Do you guys are interested in doing a live stream on the? Isn't there a game on? Let's see. LSU and Florida State. Kind of want to watch that. Rob and I can discuss things. We can have anybody call in too, by the way. We can call in and still have a third-person discussion. So I'll put the number up. If somebody wants to call in, I'll put them on speaker. Let me make sure it's right because excuse me. Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with Cheryl Miller's commissioner, but she sounded like she didn't want to get that involved. She just wanted to make decisions without being responsible for things. But if you saw her interview, the way she said it, I'm not sure she would want to do that. She'd kind of want to make decisions and not, and just said, yeah, this. I think she would stand up to those women because you saw, she said, she called them a bunch of big dummies. So she obviously is not afraid of criticizing the black women. She didn't say black women, but she did indicate that Caitlin Clark was being despised because of her race. So I think she was criticizing the black women, in my idea. But I have no problem with Cheryl Miller. I just don't think she wants to do it. There's a guy named Len Elmore who's actually was a sports agent, has a law degree, but he's like 76 years old. He was a basketball player. But I don't know if he wants to do it at his age. I mentioned him in the tape, and then I took it out because it wasn't, I don't think he was going to do it because of his age. Excuse me for a minute. So this game is a nice matchup because it's got Tanaya Latson, who I thought you can make an argument that she'd have been first-team All-American. I'm not crushed that she's not first-team All-American. She made second. Fajay Johnson made, second on one and third on the other. But that's a good Iowa matchup. Iowa didn't play well. I only watched parts of the game. Was that poorly officiated? Was it that poorly officiated? It can't be any worse than what's in the WNBA officiation. Officials, how they official games. So They got two guys doing the women's game? That's unusual. Rob's here. Rob's back. Where they got you, Rob? Where I've never seen that background before.
It's another room.
Okay.
We got 3 rooms. What's up? What's up, people?
What's up, people?
What's up, people? Welcome to the.
Oh no, she hasn't resigned. She has another year left on her contract. It's kind of complicated because the WNBA is not a separate league by itself. Let's put it that way. And when I read on, this is ChatGPT, but it's still going through Google, but it's like a Google search, that the NBA board has some say in it because they have some say in the collective bargaining agreement, which is part of her being hired 6 years ago. And it said she was the first commissioner. It's kind of weird they ran a league without a commissioner all that time. But
hey, Lisa.
So anyway,
better than last time. That's not no better.
You're gonna have to stand, Rob.
I'm sitting in a bed.
Oh, you are? Okay. It's just that you're so tall.
I know. It's like I'm standing. I was like I'm standing. Whoa, 27 free throws.
Really?
7 for Iowa. That's horrible. That's where Rob gets his technical foul right there.
Rob throws his clipboard and says, "Give me a technical."
That's too much. No, I don't have to throw that. They'll give me one the way I do it.
Oh.
The way I would have done it.
What was I missed the first score for Florida State.
Hey, Rebecca. Lisa, Rob, Marlon, Michael's up. Manuel.
Yeah, they didn't play very well, right?
Yeah, it wasn't. Sometimes it's not the call. It's you.
Oh, right off the bat, Tania Watson. So anyway,
what's up, Retro? Basil, my man.
Yeah, is Basil here? Okay, so I'll address the black male lawyer video we did out today. I couldn't put in every qualification in there or every parameter that wouldn't be necessary. But I wouldn't have hired a guy if I thought he was sympathetic to, like, let's say their overly woke agenda. I would hire one who's not. That'd be part of the interview because that's just a guy who's going to follow them along with them. You have to someone who's more middle of the road or conservative, not someone certainly on the very far left. So that black male would be out for me. Second of all, I wouldn't hire a black male lawyer if he wasn't qualified. So if I couldn't find a black male lawyer that wasn't qualified, I wouldn't hire one. I would just hire someone else. I'm merely arguing that those qualifications.
You're talking about the commissioner, Mark?
Yeah, those qualifications give you your best shot at somebody that can stand up to the black women who are imposing their will on the commissioner right now. And I understand that she's probably overly woke. I get that concept, but I think she's scared of him too. It wouldn't matter to me. I don't think it would matter to her whether she was overly woke. She's doing it because she's scared of them. And I just think he gives you the best chance. I'm not saying you have to hire one for that. I'm saying all other things being equal, those are the qualities I would want in somebody.
Yeah, I mean, the first would be definitely, like I said, a black male.
Again,
it's not definitely, like I said, it doesn't have to be a black male. This has to be a male. It would have to be a male lawyer.
Well, I don't know about that, but
they would have to have. No, they're not.
I'd be more concerned if
petty. Well, not into that petty stuff like these biggest.
I don't think it's a racist argument.
What did I say? I said, yeah, I'm not concerned.
Yeah, let me explain that. It's not a racist argument because it's not a DEI hire. I'm not hiring someone to fill a quota. I'm hiring somebody because I think it gives me the best chance to take the power away from the black females in the league who are imposing their will right now. So there's a difference. I don't agree it's a racist argument. I don't agree that it's a DEI hire because I'm not doing it to fill a quota. I'm only filling one job. I'm filling that job because I think that gives me the best shot at doing the job. That doesn't mean I would have to hire someone like that. I just think those qualities would be more likely to get you the right commissioner. You guys are thinking, oh, I'm going to just hire a black male lawyer with no qualifications whatsoever, doesn't have the right personality or doesn't have the right outlook and everything, of course I wouldn't hire that person. So anyways, that's just for clarification. I want to say that about it. And you can disagree all you want. That's fine. I'm saying if I was doing the hiring, I think that would give me my best shot, a black male lawyer. And you can tell Roger Goodell is a lousy commissioner, and part of it is because he doesn't have a law degree. And I've spoken to a lawyer who works for the NFL that confirmed that with me. Anyways, so in terms of this is a good matchup. I wonder if Flajay is going to cover Tanaya Lots, and she isn't right now.
Hey, Vadim. Yeah, South Dakota State, Vadim, might, they're a sleeper team. They play very well.
South Dakota State. Who are they playing right now? They playing tonight?
Yeah, they play very well.
They playing tonight, Rob?
Yeah.
Who are they playing? UConn.
Yeah, they play tonight.
You think they have a shot?
Yeah.
All right. I don't know.
Like you said, like you always say, everybody has a shot. Everybody has a shot.
Everybody has a shot.
But UConn's just too strong, though. They're on a mission. UConn's on a mission, though.
Yeah, I don't see it's likely for them to be an upset.
Well, Charlie, yeah, if they try to pull the gender thing, that's not going to work either. I mean, the players could say, "Oh, well, you just hired him because of gender." That's going to be a weak argument for them because I mean, for over these years, we've had the female in charge, so why not just change up to a better? I hear what he's saying. It's not a DEI hire. It's who's the best qualified for the job. Right. So if he happens to be a black lawyer,
you don't have to hire a female,
and he's qualified. Then
you don't have to hire a female commissioner every time, and you don't have to hire a black male commissioner with a law degree every time. I'm just telling you what I would do to turn things around. But just because it's a female league doesn't mean you have to have a female.
Well, you have male coaches. I coached. Well, I mean, the stupid thing about DEI, Basil, is just like, I mean, like I said, I'm old. I grew up in the affirmative action thing where the fact that you even would have to have affirmative action to hire a woman or someone of color, that just makes our country, they don't follow the concept. Like I said, follow them for the way they're qualified. You don't care when they walk in. It should be blinders on. You don't care what they are and hire and what you're hiring. But unfortunately, this country isn't like that. They had to pass a law for me to vote. They had to pass a law for women to vote. So right there, that gives you a problem. Oh, well, then they gave us a right to vote, but then they made it so hard that we couldn't really vote. They had these different tests for us.
Yeah, I don't think that affirmative action came into place. One of the reasons it came into place is because the people doing the hiring were being racist against the other people or even sexist. So that's part of the reason it came into play. What I have a problem is when the quotas are too high, where you end up getting people.
Well, no, Mark, I don't think it's too high.
I'm not saying which ones are too high. I said what I have a problem is with when the quota is too high. That's where I have a problem. And
yeah, I mean, like I said, there shouldn't have been anything like that in the first place, because being black, we already started out. We had to work our way up to even try to be hired the way the country was. So it's just like just hire the person that you think is qualified. That's all you have to do. That's the easy way.
They weren't always doing that. They weren't always doing that, especially 50 years ago, 60 years ago.
Well, I don't know about that. I think it's even now, Mark. It's going on now. It's not just 50 years ago. It's still going on.
Well, yeah, but every year it's less, Rob. Regardless,
whoop-de-doo. It's getting less. It's getting lower.
Well, I know I can't solve racism overnight, Rob. I'm just saying over the last 60 years, you're more likely to get hired.
That's what I'm saying, Mark. It shouldn't even be overnight. Why should it be little bit? Just do it. Why is this? It's improving. 50%. Ooh, just freaking do it. That's so annoying. I hate.
Again, Rob.
Sorry, I hate when you say like
racist views overnight. All I can do is my part.
No, you're not. No, you're not going to do that. It's not going to happen overnight.
But minimum wage.
But we're right. But we're right. I'm agreeing with you. It should be a black lawyer because she doesn't. The lawyer, she's not doing anything. Commissioner has not. I mean, the one thing, not just even with race, she's a horrible commissioner as far as handling the league, as far as with fouls and with referees, and not even promoting my big thing about her is she didn't promote the best freaking player in the world. And how can you do that? That's my biggest thing with her.
Well, right, and she's not even honest. Okay, so, and neither was Phil Cook honest, the white guy who's the chief marketing officer. I don't know the exact title. There was no way that you couldn't see Caitlin Clark's train coming. It was impossible to miss, Rob. She broke a record every round of the NCAA tournament for highest rated game. She was selling out all over the country, even in away games. She was 2-time player of the year. The media coverage was through the roof. She was the best-selling jersey sales, I think, in the country for any athlete. All signs pointed to the fact that she was going to be a huge ratings hit for them and huge in attendance. There was no hesitation in anybody. Like I said, my 10-year-old dog could see it. So for her to not market her and then say, "Oh, we didn't see it coming," that's lying. I don't want a commissioner who's lying to my face. The marketing guys are lying to my face. They're not just incompetent; they're liars.
Exactly. Mark, I guarantee you, every one of these people who are on here, they would realize, they already know. They would look and say, "Hey, we got Caitlin Clark coming in." They definitely wouldn't pull what the commissioner did. I'm pretty sure all our no one in the right mind would blow something like that. Blow up something like that. Mess that up.
Only the haters, Rob, thought she wasn't going to be good or popular, or people are just dumb. Like, I could pull up those two guys again, but we'll do a video on that tomorrow, I guess, for the fun of it. They didn't think they were going to follow him to the WNBA.
Well, like I've been saying, this is the make or break year. This is going to be the make or break year for the WNBA. If they don't promote Caitlin Clark, and then if they don't start cleaning up the league the way they play, and don't get the referees are going to be crap anyway. They're not going to be good, I know. And I refereed. I don't think I was that great a referee. I missed some calls, but I think I was.
Well, the main thing I have a feeling, Rob, you were good.
Let me finish, Mark. The main thing is that the refereeing in any sport is just to be consistent. My call was don't reach. I would tell the players, don't reach. And if they reach, I call a foul. And I tell them again, don't reach or I'm going to call a foul. So that was every ref has a certain thing that they are. But as long as you're consistent, that's the main thing. You're not going to get every call correct. So I've had referees when I was coaching. I had referees come up to me and say, I said, "What about it?" He goes, "Yeah, I missed that one. Yeah, I missed it." I'm like, "Okay," and I can deal with that.
Someone said to me in a comment, she said, "We don't need another DEI hire." How is she a DEI hire? Because she's a woman? I didn't understand that comment. How is that a DEI hire? I think they hired her partly because she was a woman, but I think they hired her because she had a good business background. She said she had marketing background. When I looked it up on Wikipedia, I didn't see any marketing in her background. And I think it was a bad choice. She didn't have a law degree. She didn't have a marketing background. I don't think she was a big sports. She said she didn't come from a sports background. I think she said in the interview too. So what, other than a businesswoman, what were her qualifications?
Right.
I don't understand. That's not enough. That's not enough. I'm not saying they shouldn't hire a woman businesswoman. I'm saying she didn't have enough. Hire a businesswoman with a law degree or marketing background or something that knew basketball. Because I don't think she knows. I don't think she understood.
Mark, you can do the opposite. You can do the opposite. Like I said, okay, you hire a business person, but make sure you have a lawyer in the background to help them with the contracts and stuff. Okay, you hire a business person, that's fine. And they should know about marketing and things like that. But in the legal aspect, have someone in the background to say, hey, this is what you can't do with contracts. This is
well, they always have that. But that doesn't mean it works, because it didn't work for Roger Goodell. He got into legal trouble and tried to do too much. And it made him look bad. Like, I'll pull up her resume for you, Rob. And I am not impressed with the qualifications she had. Not as a businesswoman. I'm sure she was a successful businesswoman because she was. But I'm not convinced that she had the qualifications to be a commissioner, the first commissioner as far as of the WNBA. She was at Deloitte. How do you spell it? Deloitte. How do you spell that? Pronounce it. It's a company. Deloitte. Deloitte. She worked there.
Now our chat's becoming gambling, huh? We're gonna gamble on the game, huh? You guys are funny, Charlie Basil.
She was chairman.
I'm rooting for your bet, Charlie. I'm rooting for your bet, Charlie.
She was chairman and CEO. It says nothing about a marketing background or sports background or a law degree in her qualifications, Rob. Sorry. She's graduated from Lehigh University with a degree in accounting. Okay, so she knows numbers. Okay, I'll give her that. That doesn't hurt someone running into a league, accounting. But tell me what other qualifications. A little bit of business, a bit successful businesswoman with an accounting degree. That's not enough for the first hire for WNBA commissioner. Sorry. I don't care. I don't care if it's a male or female, honestly. I don't give a crap.
I agree with you, Marlon. I agree with Marlon. She's just a plant. They just put her in there, and she's just a little figurehead. And then she got pushed around by the players, and then with the social media, I mean, they should also put something in about that, Mark. I mean, the players can have social media, whatever they want, but I mean, kind of stay away from it. You know, just stay away from it and don't get influenced by it.
Well, I can't blame her for the social media problem on the league.
Yeah, I mean that's the youth. I mean that's their thing. But you know, sometimes just it'll distract you in this.
Well, he wants to know who the okay. Well, first I thought that Frank DePope was going to be on an Act Nation. Frank DePope did a live stream and didn't respond properly. Although I thought he told me, and then Act Nation had a family emergency with kids. So, anyways, and Rosaline Lee didn't get back to me. So, Robin Lundberg is going to be on pretty soon. He said he would be on again today, and he just has to look at his schedule and tell me when he's going to be on again. So, anyway, but you got Rob. That way, Rob can talk more. People said he doesn't talk enough on the video on the one we just did. So, Rob, there was I'll go over that video with the Caitlin Clark and the Now You See Me thing, because I didn't see her Lisa Bluter's head at the end after Haley walked by, but someone pointed that out to me. So let me just hit it up there. Anyways,
thanks, Basil. I guess.
Did Basil say something sarcastic again? Your day,
no,
Rob.
He says
Rob, say something. I got to get this video real quick because I had to restart my computer.
Oh, good. I get to speak on this.
Yes, speak on anything you want, Rob.
You're right, Elizabeth. Yeah, she came in with that New York themed dress.
Like, the Fever, Rob. The Fever hired somebody today. Oh, they signed somebody, Jillian Alina, and according to Mick, she's the best player ever. According to her, it changes everything. But supposedly he thinks he's going to be better than Jaylen Brown or any pick in the second round. So, but he always overrates European players. So I'm not convinced that he's right, but we'll see. He could be. She's got good numbers over in Europe. Did you hear about that, Rob?
Basil, my girl she did all right. Basil, she did all right. My girl did all right. She's only a sophomore. Audie. She just needs some other players around her now.
Oh, the New York themed dress? Yeah, I don't think that was appropriate when the one team's from New York. She wears a New York themed dress.
I know.
She's just an airhead. I mean, I can't call women airheads anymore, right? Okay, well, can I say dingbat? Am I allowed to say that? I don't know what I'm allowed to say anymore. She seems spacey. Can I say guys are spacey sometimes? So anyways, yeah. So do you guys agree with that? That sometimes she just seems, like when she does the interview, she seems to step on herself sometimes. So anyways.
Dingbat. Oh my gosh, Basil.
I don't know what's acceptable anymore. I'm serious. Any word I use, I was like, I'm so used to saying that growing up. He used to say that about. So I'm not sure what I'm allowed to say.
Basil pulled the all in the family one. Dingbat. Nice.
So I'm not sure I'm allowed to say, but she does seem, I don't know, like she's got a few lapses there. I'm not saying she's not a smart woman. I'm sure she's a smart woman. She was very successful at business. She got a degree in accounting. That's not what I'm saying. That doesn't mean she has common sense. One new girl is just starting out. She was marketing an organization. Was she really marketing the organization, or was she just a CEO and then she had other people that was doing the marketing? She was the CEO and the accounting, numbers person.
She obviously, I don't know what she got marketing in her business class when she went to school, but
in accounting, she might have taken. Yeah, it was accounting's in the Department of Business. She probably did take a marketing class, Rob. From what I was in the Department of Business in my hotel restaurant degree, so that was
that was my major business.
I had to take marketing
and statistics and accounting.
But one marketing class is, I'm not sure it's going to do it for what you got to do in the WNBA. But anyways, anyways, Rob, take over for a second so I can pull up this thing here. Louisville.
Yeah, sure. Here's something up. Now, this is going to switch from women's to men's. In the game last night with Maryland, both one team, Colorado State had a last second shot, and then the one from Maryland, he made the last second shot. I want to ask us listeners, would you take the last shot? The coach, you in the huddle, and I said, Coach says you're going to take the last shot. Would you take it? I'd like to know that.
Anyway,
how many people would take the last shot?
How many people would take the last shot?
Yeah.
If I was asked
to. Would you take it, Mark? Would you take it, Mark?
Am I one of the two best players on the team? Am I one of the best players on the team?
You have to take the last shot.
If I was the best player, I'd take the last shot unless I got double or triple teamed and I couldn't get a good shot off. If I wasn't, if I was the second best player and I was open, I would take it. If I was the third best player, I'd have to think about whether or not I was. That's all I'm saying. I would pass it to Rob. Rob's a better shooter than I. I could shoot outside when I was younger. Then I started playing Ultimate, and I concentrated on that. But Roger Goodell, I could run the NFL without even thinking. That's how easy that league is to run. It's just so popular right now. And then I think fantasy league and gambling made it even more popular, and it's such a perfect TV, sport. It's always going to be popular.
I mean, again, I'm going to ask people, what do you think about, so they don't like gambling, the players that gamble in sports, baseball, whatever, football, but now it's such a big promotion with gambling. I think it's kind of like contradicting to what you say, we don't want gambling involved in our sports, but now it is gambling. So now you would think sometimes, like I said, with the referees, maybe the players, they know that there's gambling going on. They can make money.
They talk about that on, pardon the interruption, Tony Kornheiser brings that up. He says they're in bed with gamblers now since they made gambling got illegal, but they were gambling.
Yeah, I think so. I agree. They totally are now. All I see is these Bet35. I'm like, wow.
Right. Okay. So let me play this, and I'll give you my. How is that? Am I good? I'll make it on the big. All right. So this is. I think this isn't very relevant because I think what Angel Reese did is way different. It was the finger thing that bothered me more than the thing, but I'll play this anyways. And again, I don't know what the truth is. I'm just saying I'm not convinced either way.
You're right, Joseph. He's still being punished.
That's not the shot. Clark connects on a three. Timeout, Louisville. An 8-0 Iowa run right after Louisville had cut it to.
Now, right there, they stop it. And I think they probably go into a commercial. And then they come back out, and it looks like where they stopped where she was walking, it looks like when they come out, they continue where she was walking. But I didn't think that. I thought she was coming. The timeout was completed because I didn't think they'd splice in something that happened afterwards. But it apparently that's what they might have done. So we'll just see that.
1. Caitlin Clark leads the nation in assists, 8.5 per game. Can find teammates always. 3rd in the nation in points per game as she hits the deep 3.
Okay, she just did that. I don't know who she's looking at, but Haley Van Lith walks right by after that.
I don't know what that means.
There's Haley Van Lith.
She was doing it to me, Mark. Mark, she was doing it to me.
Ben,
I think she was doing it to me. Hey.
What I didn't see before was that's Lisa Bluter right there. So she's not coming out of the timeout towards the bench. It looks like that's a continuation of her walking towards the bench in the first place, which is weird.
Right.
I'm going to splice that in after a commercial, which is what looks like what they did. I will admit that now it looked to me like she was coming out of a timeout, but I didn't see Lisa Bluter's head before. Someone pointed it out. So, anyways, so you can draw whatever conclusion you want. Caitlin Clark doesn't seem like a liar, but she tells little fibs all the time when she talks about, the league and the players and the thing like that. So,
well, she's just saying,
she's trying to fit in. I get why she's doing it. I'm not saying I wouldn't do the same thing. I'm just saying she's trying to fit in.
Well, I definitely wouldn't do the same thing if I was getting hammered and someone's poking me in the eye and knocking me to the ground. And the commissioner, not even Mark, not even my own coach, not even my own coach is backing me up. I'm on the ground. My coach is standing there. How about come helping me running on the court and helping me up? That'd be nice.
Let me respond to this. Haley Van Lith probably doesn't know herself who she did it to because she didn't do it. She didn't do the motion. Caitlin Clark did. Caitlin Clark's probably the only one that knows who she did it. And maybe her strength coach, if their strength coach had eye contact with her. But it seems like a strange thing to do to your strength coach. And the look on her face didn't look like she was indicating to a strength coach, yeah, I got a 3. It looked like she was staring down Haley to me and saying, hey, I just put another 3. We're up 9. You were trash talking earlier. And, take this. That's what it looks like to me. But it could have been strength.
Like Vadim says, there's no way of knowing. There's really no way of knowing.
Yeah. So, well,
unless you were at the game,
So, yeah, she was looking at somebody. I just don't know if she was looking at Haley Van Lith or her strength coach. That's all I'm saying. Like I said, I've never said I was sure it was in Haley Van Lith. I'm merely saying Haley Van Lith walks right by right after she does that, regardless of whether she's coming out of a timeout and heading towards the bench or not. So, anyways, like Haley doesn't know if it was to her or not. She just knows what Caitlin may have said to her.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it
might be. So I don't really think it's a big issue. The issue with this whole discussion is that they said it was the exact same thing that Angel did. And Angel didn't do the exact same thing, and she did 2 things, and she did it twice. She did it at the free throw line, and then she stalked her for, I thought it was 10 seconds. I timed it again. It was actually 12 seconds where she stalked her, taunted her, and gloated with her. And the ring thing, like, what was that about? Caitlin Clark didn't make any bragging things like they were going to win or that she has championships and that Angel does. And she didn't make any comments to warrant that type of behavior by Angel Reese. And that's the part they don't get. And when I was watching that, I was in shock at what Angel was doing. And not just because I like Caitlin Clark. I just couldn't believe what I was seeing another player do to another player. That's me, And then I didn't like it when they called us racist when we said it wasn't the exact same thing, when it wasn't. No, so that's me. So it was weird. Angel Reese then lied about the reason she did it. I believe she did it because Caitlin Clark was better than her and got more attention all year long, was player of the year, was also getting more attention that week leading up to the game, and she had higher ratings both the 2 games before that. And she didn't like the attention Caitlin Clark was getting because she didn't think maybe it's because Caitlin Clark was white. I believe that had something to do with it. And that's why I believe that's the reason she did it. Good, Rob, sorry.
Joseph, Angel wasn't being ghetto. Now what do you mean by being ghetto? What you know how ghetto people act, so that's how they act in the ghetto. I lived in a ghetto. If it was ghetto, she would have got up in her face. That's not ghetto. That's being a poor sportsman. Angela Reese is being a poor sport. She wasn't being ghetto. Because like I responded, I said, if she had done that to me, I would have turned ghetto and knocked her down if I was a girl. That would have been ghetto because she come up my face. But what she did was in ghetto.
That Rob would have decked Angel Reese. Rob would have decked a woman. We already established that.
What's up, Bobby?
But in all seriousness, how many of you would have been as composed as Caitlin Clark? I'm pretty sure I would have said, get the F out of here and pushed her. I'm pretty sure I would have done that. But
I would have done something. Knowing me, especially after a game and you lost and you beat me and you come up in my face, you're stalking me behind me. I turn around, you got you in my face. Yeah.
Anyways, so whatever it is, I just don't like the fact that they twisted it around into like our fault that it wasn't the same thing. So, anyways,
I mean, I'm a mild mannered, like you said.
Go ahead, Rob. Sorry, I was going to use your word.
I'm a mild-mannered guy, but like I used to tell people, as nice as I am, that's how mean I can be. So you don't.
Rob would say that person's a goober. That's his word for someone who doesn't like.
No, I would have called him more than a goober.
I'm being nice.
Bobby's asking where the guests are.
I've already answered that twice.
Bobby just came in.
Oh, because I thought Pope was coming, but he said, I'm streaming the Louisville game. And then Act Nation said he had to take care of the kids because his wife had an issue. So I had 2 cancellations kind of. So it was unclear to me whether DePope was coming or not. So, and Rosalina Lee didn't answer. So I was trying to save a spot for her because trying to have women on the show. And not all guys. Not all black guys, Rob. We're trying not to have all black guys on the show.
What's up with that, Mark?
What's up with that?
What's wrong with
that? Nothing's wrong with it. I was just kidding.
Vadim got you. What about Woody? Vadim.
So Woody's mad at me.
Good one, Vadim.
You guys don't go picking on Woody because Woody's mad because I called him Woody one time. An accident. I don't even know why I said it. I knew it was Rudy.
Mad.
Yeah, Rudy's mad. He said for 3 weeks, his listeners teased him about being called Woody. And that caused him like heartache.
Oh gosh.
That's what he told me in an email today. I said, I'm sorry. I said I made one mistake. I said it once. I've apologized twice. I can't take it back. If they're making fun of you because I made a name mistake, then they're just being children. That's all I can say. I made the mistake. He didn't. No, anyways.
And then Bobby, you just took it away. You guys picked on him. Okay.
You guys, I don't know who, but some of you guys went and picked on him for being called Woody. I don't know if it was some of you guys or his regular listeners, but he said for 3 weeks, I'll read what he said, actually. It was an honest mistake by me, and it was like one time. See, I thought Act Nation's name was AK because he didn't tell me how to pronounce it. So I made that mistake, and then I made it again because I was in the habit of saying it because he never corrected me at first. And so I didn't know I was making the same mistake over and over again. He doesn't care. It's not a big deal to him. Okay. Well. This is what he said to me. You don't get the damage you caused my name for 3 weeks trying to get people to stop calling me Woody on my own live stream. But that's funny? Not to me. I never said it was funny. Let me know if you let me know. Okay, that's what he said to me. So sorry, I don't think it's funny. I don't think people should tease him about being called Woody because it was my mistake. If you want to tease me for making a mistake, have at it. Whatever. You already have anyways. So but yeah, don't tease him about that. That's stupid. It's my mistake.
Got a tie game here with LSU and
Florida State just went up. Florida's up by 1. They just went up by 1. So Anyways, the second half of the game, I think we'll comment about the game. We'll do this, and then halftime we'll do this, and then we'll go live for the game. Because it looks like it's going to be a close game, so it'll be a good game to analyze and talk about. I talk too fast.
He's from New York.
Oh, I'm
all us New Yorkers talk fast.
Yeah.
Upstate, downstate, we just talk fast.
We talk fast. Like someone said, I knew you were from Rochester by how fast you said it. I was talking to someone from the Midwest.
Yeah, we talk fast.
Yeah, the Iowa game. I don't know if they just played poorly. They didn't have the attitude. They didn't have the effort, but they got crushed. Although there's a good freshman on that team. Yeah, I was impressed with. What was her name? Rob, she was quick.
Afternoon, Joseph. The other Joseph is here. All right.
Rob, did you watch any of that game or not?
No.
Okay, so
I'm old. I was taking a nap.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, their stars. They have a couple stars, like Sarah Williams and Skylar Vaughn had with their leading scorers and Peyton. But there was this one woman who was quick and good on defense. She was only 4 for 12, but she's a freshman. Her name's Zaya Vaughn. She just picked the pocket a couple times. She had 2 steals, but she looked like a good all-around player if she gets her jump shot down. But she just shot pretty well during the year. She's only a freshman. She's a 5'9" freshman guard. She was very quick, though. I think she has potential. She shot 36%.
The women's game shows out a little bit more in the rankings than it does in the men's. As far as upset. I mean, Iowa's a good team, but when you play, it's just. I mean, they didn't play well, and then if you don't play well against a good team, and especially in women's basketball, you're going to get blown out.
Yeah, when they lost by 30 points, I can't imagine the officiating is what caused them to lose, right? Didn't they get crushed? What was the final score? I don't know if the final score was that they lost by 34.
Caitlin should have put on a blonde wig and came into the game. And we have a new player into the game. She snuck Caitlin in there. She's just like Caitlin Clark.
Rich Laura, he's calling him Rich Laura. Rich Latta, I think his name is, right? It takes a concerted effort to just single out 3 games out of 44. What does that mean? The 3 games that they didn't televise it? You guys think I'm right that they did that so you'll buy the WNBA pass to get those additional 3 games? Is that why they did it?
Just 41 games? Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
I agree.
I meant to ChatGPT. I went to see if ChatGPT would give me an answer on that, why they didn't give them all 40. I mean, 41 out of 44. Why not just do all 44? It just seems silly, but there could be a reason.
That's
Rich
right,
will
Lindsay,
be here.
Rich will be
here on. Sorry, Rob. Rich will be here on Wednesday. Sorry, Rob. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, so I was just coming with Lindy. You got to bring it every game. It's hard. It's so weird. Like I said, I've coached for over 13 years, and you think your players are all prepared for a game and stuff, and then all of a sudden they go out, and you're like, "What happened to my team? What are they doing? They're making mistakes that they never done before." Or like even when you call a timeout and you explain to them and say, "Okay, everybody's got it, right? Yeah, you all know what to do, right? Right. Do the out of bounds play totally wrong." You're like, "What happened?"
Joseph says, "What do you think it means? What do you think it means, Mark? Can you read something else in there? What are you talking about, Joseph? Just so I understand
what means. The 41, the games.
Oh, I don't know. It could be because as simple as they were trying to sell the WNBA pass with those 3 games. But let me see if ChatGPT gives me an answer. And just see. Sometimes it comes up with things I don't get in a normal search.
Basil, I think, might be right there. You might be right, Basil.
What does he say?
He says that they might have they ran out of games and the media rights deals are only a certain number.
Yeah, but 3 more games. I don't know.
That's that's unfortunately, yeah.
I heard it wasn't 175, that they were doing like way more than the 175. Let me ask ChatGPT about that. A couple things. How many of the WNBA games are being nationally televised?
I'll be right back.
Okay. Of the WNBA games are being nationally televised in 2025. Let's see. So what we got here? It's not giving me a number. It's saying over 175. And the Aces and the Liberty have 33 and 32 games. That's a lot, considering that only the Liberty. I mean, I think the Aces were over 1 million twice, and I think the Liberty was only over 1 million once last year. They didn't draw. Chicago Sky 24, but it's about Angel Reese too. You're talking about ChatGPT. ChatGPT is not like that anymore. ChatGPT they have infiltrated in the other Google search into that. So now it's more up to date, ChatGPT. It used to be like cut off, I think, in September of 2022 or something like that was the information it had. So let me say, why didn't they just tell you?
Oh, wow, that's interesting, Basil.
All 44 of the Fever games.
So here's my question to all y'all out there. If the WNBA doesn't come through and do promotion and just stay the same way they are, do you think Caitlin Clark should just leave and form her own league or go over to Europe? If you were her agent and said, Caitlin Clark, let's get out of here. This league is not about it's not about anything. They don't want to change.
What are they saying, Rob? I'm looking, reading in chapter. What do you think?
I'm looking. I just asked it there.
Okay. Do you think?
Well, Joseph says a big mistake if they don't. Yeah, that's true, Charlie. Yeah, right, Vadim. I wouldn't. I mean, why should she? Why would I play? You're making them money, and they're not even helping you as far as a player or as a. Arvin says he'd love to see her leave if she wins a championship this year and go play overseas. Yeah. Yeah, right. Exactly, Lisa. That's what we're saying. Make her own league. Wow. So, I don't get paid that much to speak, Retro. I'm lucky I get to speak.
Okay, so I asked ChatGPT, do you think they did that to sell the WNBA pass using the 3 games as a draw? Absolutely, they said. That could very well be part of the strategy. So at least there's no information that has that it's not part of the strategy. So We'll see. That said, it's still surprising they didn't go all in and put all 44 games on national TV. That's what I just said, given how much Clark was generating. How much is a league pass? I don't know. Does anyone know how much the league pass is? Wasn't it like $40 last year or something like that? So they do this thing at halftime, Rob, where Al Duncan says to Chiney and what's her face? Andrea Carter, to answer the question at the same time. Like, that's entertaining. Yes.
Yeah, well, I don't watch. I don't watch their halftime show because of that. Of them.
But Tanaya Lotson,
Watching
man.
it on Netflix with David Letterman. That's cool.
Tanaya Lotson is fearless. She drives the basket. She's like, she's 5'8", I think. She's the same as like Hannah Hidalgo when she drives in there. She's short, but she goes in there and she's not fearless. Oh, by the way, so listen, I came up with something today, Rob, that you'll like.
Okay.
All right, let me made it up. So I made this up. So you guys like that, Caitlin Clark, you saw the rankings, right? And she wasn't in the top 5 on ESPN, and then Fox Network did it. And Fox put the top 3 as all white, depending on what you call Taurasi, who's white in Spanish and Italian. But anyways, so blacks were upset because the top 3 were all white or almost all white. So they thought it was very white list, the Fox list. And they didn't like the fact that Caitlin Clark was second. So they made all sorts of comments about that. So I came up, I've noticed that people have their own biases. And, and some of them are more pronounced than others. So I came up with 4 lists, Rob. And I think you might find it humorous. It was meant to be humorous, although it's meant to be kind of true too. Let's see. All right. So let me see. Oh, let me just see if I can make this bigger.
Yeah. So who do you want to win now that Iowa's out? Let's see. Who do you want? Somebody says Notre Dame. They want Notre Dame to win. I think it's going to be South Carolina still.
I'd like to see another before I've already said South Carolina most likely to win, but I'd like to see some more games, Rob, like how are they playing against some real teams. And we won't get that till next weekend unless someone, lays
Ivan says UConn. UConn, I think UConn, yeah. UConn.
Okay, Rob. Do it. Sorry, I'm putting you over the side there. I apologize.
That's all right.
Putting myself over there too. So, okay, so this is meant to be. You're having trouble hearing us?
That's what you went with your heart, huh?
Everyone else, you can hear him. Okay. So is that on the screen? Okay, can everybody read that? All right. So, Rob, so this is my first list is a UConn fan. On that, how they rank the top 10 women basketball players of all time. Now, UConn fans are basically all the UConn players are the best of all time. Everybody else is irrelevant. So as you see here, the first 7 are all UConn. Brianna Stewart, Ryan Moore, Dan Taurasi, Sue Bird, Rebecca Lobo, Tina Charles, Paige Beckers. And then they slide in Cheryl Miller, Brittany Griner, and Cheryl Swoops. That's what the UConn fan does.
That sounds about right, Mark. That sounds about right.
Yeah. Now the Tennessee fans hate UConn even more than Caitlin Clark. So they start out with the three best Tennessee players, and then I think should be ranked in the top 10 potentially. And then they put Cheryl Miller, Brittany Griner, Cheryl Swoops, Caitlin Clark, and then at the end they put on 3 UConn players, the ones that make it go a little bit higher up.
At the end.
So that's Brianna Stewart. Brianna Stewart, I think, should be in the top 3. I think it's kind of an insult for her not to be in the top 3. And you can put her 1, 2, or 3. I don't really care. I like Caitlin Clark first, but I'm a Caitlin Clark fan, but I also think she makes people around her better. So that's my Tennessee top 10 players of all time. And that's my reasoning. You can tell me whether it makes sense. And then I'll slide down and I'll see this next list. This next list is the Hatelins, mainly black people who hate Caitlin solely because she is white and receives more attention and money than everyone else, especially black women, of the top 10 college basketball players of all time. And in this list, I have all black women on it, Rob. Cheryl Miller, Maya Moore, Candace Parker, Brittany Shanique, Cheryl Swoops, Asia Wilson, Lynette Woodard, Simone Augusta, and Dawn Staley's. And then Angel Reese is honorable mention, even though she never won Player of the Year. So, and a lot of them deserve to be on the list, at least 6 of them. And the rest of them belong in the top 20. So I'm not even making fun of the players on there at all. Like Dawn Staley was a 2-time Player of the Year, but never won a championship. And then Rob, here's the list that I think is more neutral, especially if you're a Caitlin Clark fan. And this is what I call reality by people who know basketball who don't see color and have no connection to UConn and Tennessee. And this is my list. And Nancy Lieberman's an old timer, and she was 2-time player of the year and won 2 national championships. And she won an NIT. And I'm not sure why they played in that tournament instead of the national championship at the time, which was not even called NCAA at the time. And then I put the honorable mention, which anybody that you were worried that didn't make it, I put that in there. And I had Caitlin Clark, Cheryl Miller, Brianna Stewart, Maya Moore, Candace Parker, Brittany Griner, Cheryl Swoops, Diana Taurasi, Shanique Holtzclaw, and Nancy Lieberman. And someone said to me, very white of you, I have 6 black players and 5 of the top 7 are black players. How is that white? Just because I have a white player first? Jesus.
Yeah, you're right, Charlie. Any sport, you would think basketball wouldn't have that type of thing with any kind of race because it's played by everybody around the world. It doesn't matter. But it seems here in the U.S., it seems to matter. It's only in that sport, which is really strange. Right, Charlie?
Right. So anyways, let me know what you guys think of my lists, my 4 lists. I don't know if anybody, that's my list right now. And Asia Wilson was only a 1-time player of the year. So people who think that she should automatically, she only has, I think she had 1 championship or 2. Let me look it up. I forgot.
You're right, Joseph.
And Asia Wilson only has 1 championship and 1-time player of the year. So
yep, you're right, Joseph.
Even though she was great in the WNBA, doesn't mean she was a great all-time top 10 college player. Anyways, number 4, you like number 4 the best because Caitlin Clark's number 1. I did a fair amount of research. Like I said, I didn't see them all play a lot, but I did research in terms of how many first-team All-Americans they made, how many player of the years they won, and was it universal that they won it? Like Diana Taurasi only won on 3 out of the 4. She only won 1 player of the year 1 time. And then, so she's only like a 1.25. So anyways, that's me. This list was so stupid, Lisa says. My list or their list?
Probably yours.
Right.
Spell check some of those names, Mark.
And Bobby's ranking Caitlin Clark 4th best because he can't leave that topic alone. Bobby, after Unrivaled, I got her up to 3rd now going into the season. I think Brianna Stewart is on the downside of her career, but
Bobby, you're good.
Was that the Vols list from Adrian? She didn't say. She just said it's obvious.
Right,
Clark is in the top 3. She thinks. So I don't know if she puts Vols in there. You can make
right. Was that Vols list from Andre? Yeah, right.
No, I didn't ask her to rank. She didn't really want to rank it, but she was just saying it's obvious that Caitlin Clark is in the top 3. That's what she said, anyways. So. Anyways,
and she's the gospel, of course.
Well, some of these people to her, yeah. Well, she's. I don't know if she could be. See, you could say I can't be neutral about Caitlin Clark, but I have no connection to UConn or Tennessee, really. So
I'm just good for basketball. Like I said, we're Syracuse. I'm Syracuse everything. Syracuse women, Syracuse lacrosse.
Yeah.
I'm all Syracuse, but I'm a basketball. I like seeing good basketball, no matter who it is.
Right.
Who it be.
But anyways, the only people that were 3-time player of the years were Cheryl Miller and Brianna Stewart, just so anybody knows. Caitlin Clark was only 2-time. But some people thought she should have been 4-time, Rob. She was 2nd in the player of the year voting on the AP vote her sophomore year.
You can drop the list, Mark.
Oh yeah, we want to see Rob.
Oh, this is getting kind of.
Yeah. Anyways.
All right. So now everyone here thinks Fever are going to either win a championship, be in the finals. So who's going to be against the Fever in the finals? What team?
Now, Rob,
Everybody says Liberty. Well, some people have different. Everybody thinks Liberty, but there might be some other people too.
I thought it was the Lynx because I thought they're going to be hungrier than the Liberty, and now after they picked up those two players, they have a lot of depth. So, we'll see what happens. I'm still taking the Fever, but I think it's going to be the Fever against the Liberty in the final.
How many games? What's the Fever going to win by, Mark?
4-2. In the semifinals, they'll win 3-1. In the first round, they'll win 2-0. And I think they'll have the best record in the league. Or, they couldn't.
People have Minnesota. They got the Lynx. I almost agree. Like I said, you say Liberty. I like the Lynx is still, I think the Lynx is still in there.
I like the Lynx up until these last two signings. I just think they have more depth now. But I think they're hungry, and that's why I chose them first. And I think Nafisa Kyler is going to be as good as any player in the league this year. And
well, they won the Commissioner's Cup, so we have to watch them, Mark. They won the Commissioner's Cup, so we have to watch them now.
Oh, I don't know. It's getting warm in my apartment. I need to open up a window. I had the tea and everything. I think it was cold. It was cold early when it was raining here, Rob, and it got warm. So it was windy and cold and rain.
Mm.
New York, I don't think so. Lisa G says New York, I don't think so. Lisa, what don't you like about New York making the finals?
She said it's not the finals. She doesn't think they're going to beat the Fever.
Well, I don't think they're going to be the Fever either. I just think they're more likely to make the finals now that they added the depth. Didn't they trade? They trade for Natasha Cloud, and they signed that woman who's supposed to be like the second coming of God, even though her numbers don't indicate that. She's fancy, but she's 30 years old, and she's never put up big numbers in the WNBA. I don't know why they think she's so great, but she's good all around.
Retro's got the sparks. Retro's got the sparks.
I'm getting hot, ladies. I need a t-shirt.
Yeah, the evil. Which team's the evil empire? Is it the Aces? Is it the Lynx? Who's the evil empire of the WNBA? The Lynx or the Aces? Oh, okay. That was Tennessee and UConn. Oh, okay. The evil empires. Cue the music, right? Oh, yeah, I agree with you, Charlie. The evil empires is ESPN.
I don't know. It got warm in here. Maybe I'm having hot flashes.
You're getting old, Mark.
No, it was really cold here earlier. It was cold and rainy here earlier, and I had my window closed.
Yeah, it passed through here first, through Virginia first, and it went.
And then all of a sudden the temperature went way up, and I didn't realize I hadn't opened up the window. And let's see what happened. ESPN's irrelevant. I agree with that.
Yeah,
Judy, jury duty tomorrow. Oh, are you gonna figure out a way to get out of it, Lindy?
Lindy, tell them you're watching March Madness. Tell them that it's March Madness and you can't make it.
I can tell you how to get out, but you got to lie to do it. Because they're going to ask you a question about, the judge is going to give you directions that if a person doesn't take the stand, you can't hold it against them. And then just say, yeah, I'd hold them against it because, what are they hiding? I want to know the truth. That's all you got to do if they ask you. No, I'm serious. You'll get struck right out of there. You have to lie, but I'm telling you how to get out because they ask that question all the time. And
I was telling me March Madness is on.
I'm just telling you how to get out of it, but you'd have to lie. So I didn't tell you that. I'm just saying that if that happened, the DA would automatically, defense attorney would automatically strike you, or the judge would strike you for cause. So more likely the judge would strike you for cause. So he would strike you for cause, so he wouldn't have to strike you. If that's what he didn't. So anyways, that's how you get out of it. That's the simplest way to get out of it. You have to lie. There's no other way I know to get out of it. You got to lie. Unless you're not.
I only watch my Mets. Baseball I don't watch too much, but I watch my Mets sometimes when they're on. I'm a New York Mets fan, so I don't watch baseball too much. Mark is you gotta switch around, Charlie. Mark isn't a baseball fan. I'm the baseball fan.
No, I'm not a baseball fan. I watch the playoffs when the Phillies are in it because I live in
Florida. When the Mets beat the Phillies again. Oh yeah, that's right. It came from behind.
It doesn't bother me, Rob. I'm not that big a baseball fan.
I know it doesn't bother you. It's like
it bothers me a little bit because I get a parade right by my house when they win, right?
Who's your team, Charlie?
Yeah.
Lisa, I hate baseball.
Retro hairstylist says, I hope AJ goes down this year. Goes down in what way? That she plays poorly, her team doesn't do well, or both? What does that mean, Retro?
I think it means both. It might happen with the Aces.
Rob, they lost too many players. I can't see them being in the top 4. I mean, I'm sure they'll make the playoffs, but playoffs. Talk about playoffs.
Yeah, Lisa. I go to the games, and most of the time you talk to my friends, or unless something happens, it is kind of like watching grass grow.
What, baseball?
Yeah.
I thought you were a baseball.
I've fallen asleep at a game. I have fallen asleep at a game. Well, it's speeded up a little bit with they got the pitch. They got the pitch timer, which helped because I used to sit there like, come on, keep going.
They should have done that as soon as they had the technology to do it, Rob.
Yeah, they should have done it a long time ago.
If you ever seen a chart about how many minutes long a baseball game lasted? It used to last like 2 hours and 10 minutes. And it went up to 3 hours and 10 minutes. It was a whole hour was added. I think 1/3 of a game was added on. That's why they had to do that. It's slow enough. So they got away with that crap. And
Lindy says she doesn't need to lie. She likes being on the jury.
I'm not saying you need to. I think it's a good experience for you to be on once, but some people don't want it because they don't want to miss work and stuff like that. And they only pay you like $9.
No, I was on jury twice.
Yeah,
not jury. I'm sorry. I was a jury once and a witness once.
Yeah. So, anyways, what's happened here? What
That's a good one, Joseph.
Make
your decision based on your feelings. That's a good one.
Is that going on right now? The Maryland, it's 83-83?
Yeah. It's a good
Is that on
game.
a different channel? Is that on ESPN2 or something?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I'll switch it just for it went into overtime.
Maryland won. No. Yeah, overtime.
Went into overtime.
Yeah.
Is it ESPN2?
Two
Yes.
good games. Two good games.
Change the channel. Let me go to that thing.
Got served once and they didn't pick you again, huh? Me too.
What the heck? Why is it giving me only a choice between watch? Is this Alabama Maryland, Rob? Is that the game?
Yeah.
It's only giving me a choice of watch plays or start from the beginning. It didn't say join live, but its game's not over with. They must think it's over with. Let me go to ESPN2 then.
Charlie, USC will play Connecticut if they win tonight. That's what Connecticut was complaining about. USC, if USC wins tonight, they'll play Connecticut.
Yeah, but not until not Rob. 2 more rounds though. They play the Elite 8. The next game is 16. This is 32. So they each got to win 2 more games before they meet tonight. And what are they? They're playing Friday through Monday. So Friday. I guess it's Saturday. I guess they're playing. They have to win tonight and Saturday, and then they would play next Monday. So that's what they would do. So yeah, Alabama, Maryland is in overtime. No, it's in overtime now. It's 5 minutes. There's 5 minutes on the screen.
Basil, I would not pick you to be in my unless you defended me. I'd pick you to be in the jury if I was in trouble.
You wouldn't pick Basil to be on the jury?
Oh no, I would if I was the defendant. I'd pick Basil. Basil's got my back.
You think Basil will be more likely to vote not guilty than the average person?
For me, yeah. If I was there.
For you? Oh, for you.
Yeah.
I meant just in general.
Basil would have my back.
Lindy says she's detail oriented. They don't like that.
Nice.
Well, I can tell you as a defense attorney that if you're detail oriented and the facts are in my favor, I would definitely like you on the jury. If they're not in my favor, I might not like it. So it depends on my case.
Yeah, Basil is. Yes, he is, Lindy.
Yeah, it depends on my case. So I don't know anything about Maryland and Alabama. I think I saw Maryland part of one game this year was all.
Thanks, Lisa. You guys are awesome.
Joseph is not as fast as
Mark would totally strike me.
If I knew it was you, I would.
Basil, he'd see you like, no. See?
I'd strike Bobby too. I knew it was him.
Wow. You'd have to change your name, Basil, so he wouldn't know it was you.
Charlie, I'd keep on. He's reasonable. Vadim, I don't know.
That's right. Exactly, Charlie.
But Basil and Bobby, they'd be struck like before I walked in the room. Charlie, I'd keep on. Vadim, well, he's a wise guy, but he's probably good at heart.
Oh, you gotta keep Vadim. He kept the. It wouldn't be so boring.
I'm just teasing him. He likes to tease me on the thing. It's usually he's just having.
Joseph would be perfect.
Yeah, see, it depends on what kind of case I have. You know, if I have a bad case, I want you to be an idiot, to tell you the truth. Because I'm just going to argue reasonable doubt. That's all I'm going to argue.
Bobby, you said with Basil vote not guilty if Marcus was the defendant.
No, probably not.
He'd be 12. He'd be like 12 angry men. He's guilty. He's guilty. No matter what. Basil would be the only one that would be like, he's guilty.
Basil says he likes the law and he'd be fair.
Oh, okay,
right.
Basil.
Maybe
cool.
I'll keep you on, Basil. Let me know if you're in Philly. I only have BS when I have a weak case. I don't have generally I don't have BS, believe it or not, as a lawyer. But either way, I never try to deceive the jury in my closing arguments. I always argue the facts that are there. I never try to say anything that doesn't ring a bell true, because then they won't believe anything I say after that. So I actually play it safe. The draft's coming in nice.
So getting back to sports. So in the WNBA, Who do you think is going to be like the player who's going to? We already know who's going to be the standout players. Who's going to be like the surprise player that no one thought about that's going to make an impact this year in the WNBA? Who's going to be the surprise player? We already know who's going to be
in the WNBA. Who's going to be a surprise player? Rob, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Surprise? Is it? Are you saying rookies or anybody?
Well, no, anybody. I mean, somebody. I mean, you could say Collier, but she came on strong near the end of the second half. But
that's not a surprise.
Yeah, it's not a surprise. So
I think you have to distinguish between rookies and non-rookies, and so you can give two answers because a completely different concept, I think.
Well, we can't do the rookie. Well, we don't know rookies because we don't know who's drafted which team, so we don't know who the rookies are.
Well, except for Paige. I think we pretty much know she's going to Dallas.
She's not going to be a surprise.
Despite all the
the
videos that Mick puts up pretending she's not going to Dallas or is going to hold out. She's going to Dallas. Yeah.
Vadim, very good.
What do you say? I just say the judge's name in court. I know. I just say Your Honor.
Have to say his name.
I think Cardoza will step up, but I'm not sure that's a surprise given how physically dominant, big she is. So,
you think she's going to overshadow Reeves this year?
I hope so.
Let's hope that she will. I think she has more potential. She just got really good size, and she's more coordinated than Reese is. She just. Witherspoon would pull her out when she would pull her out. She'd make 2 or 3 baskets, and then Witherspoon would pull her out. It's like, what are you doing? She just made 2 straight baskets.
Marcus, I know that in a criminal trial, I can ignore the judge's instructions and vote my conscience. No, you can't. I got to strike you. You can't follow the judge's instructions. I'm striking you already. It was just about no. Mick says she is going to hold out. Yeah, he's made 8 videos about that.
Yeah.
And with no indication whatsoever that she's going to hold out. He just makes a video so she can make another video that day. He goes, well, I haven't made one this week about her holding out. I'll just make one. 93-88, Rob. Maryland's up.
Go Maryland. Be like this here. I'm here down here in the DMV. I'm down here in DMV.
Just scored 3-point game.
Gotta root for the Maryland again, just like last night.
I wouldn't put Christy Sides on the jury. I'd strike her just because I don't think she has any common sense. I don't want someone with no common sense on the jury. Well, especially if I have a good case.
Mark, that would be her first time out call.
Joseph
Cameron Brink, yeah. Cameron Brink. I think she might be a surprise player, Rebecca. She could be a surprise player, I would think, Cameron Brink.
It's a 2-point game. Alabama just got a 3-point play. Joseph's going through withdrawals. No Caitlin Clark. It's a Caitlin Clark. Hey, I just came up with a new saying, Rob. Caitlin Clark. CC withdraws. Caitlin Clark withdraws.
No, CC withdraw.
Yeah, I got CC withdraws. Didn't we figure out was
Joseph? What do you mean again? You start drinking again. I know you're drinking, Joseph.
Mick would sell it his grandmother for 1,000 subscribers. 1,000 subscribers. I believe it. No, I think. What were you just saying, Rob? Sorry.
No, I wasn't saying anything. I have 91, 93. See, Mark, we can cheat on ESPN because they're ahead of the.
What's about? I have YouTube TV. They're like 40 seconds behind. It's so freaking weird.
Yeah. If you go on the ESPN, they're usually ahead.
Rebecca SEC withdraw too. Oh yeah, I know what I'm just gonna say. Oh, Rob, remember we did the video today. I figured out it was 40 days away from the preseason game and 54 days away before the opening game. So you guys got 40 more days before you see Caitlin Clark play in a game, even though it's preseason. You can always watch her games on YouTube, especially some of her big college games. You can always watch those. It's not the same as live game, but it's still, there's some great games on there. Maryland up by 2. I got
by 3 now.
But they're but again, YouTube's like 30, 40 seconds behind. You want Maryland, Rob?
Yes. Guys, stick with the DMV, man.
Alabama's got 93 according to this.
You know who the Maryland's men's has on their team, Mark, don't you?
Who?
Angel Reese's brother.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, Reese.
I didn't know he played basketball.
He plays real well. He had a great game. He played well. He plays well. Yeah, he plays well.
He can make layups?
Yeah, he can make layups. He rebounds well. And of course, he rebounds.
What position does he play?
He's a forward. He's long and lean. He's
same last name? Same last name? I'll look him up.
Yeah, Reese, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Same last name, Mark.
Doesn't mean they have the same last name, Rob, just because they're brother and sister.
Are you trying to say because they're black they ain't got the same last name?
No, I'm just saying, doesn't mean they have the same last name.
Come on out with it, Mark. It's okay.
I didn't say because they're black.
I see you.
It could be half brother and half sister.
Yeah. I see you, Mark.
Let's see. What he plays for Maryland?
His name is Juju. His name's not Juju.
What's his first name? What's his first name?
Juju. Charlie says Juju.
His name's Juju Reese.
Juju Reese.
His name is Asia Juju Reese. That's his name. Asia Juju Reese.
Asia Juju Reese.
So Maryland moved on, right, Rob? They made it to the next round.
He's right, though. He's right, though. It is. That is his name.
They moved on, right? They're playing Florida on Thursday.
Yeah.
At 7:40. All right, let me see. Roster. I didn't know she had a brother that played. I mean, it doesn't surprise me.
It is Juju,
though. Julian Reese, 6'9", 252. He's a senior.
Yeah.
Why aren't they asking saying the stats? Why aren't they saying stats? No, statistics. They had statistics instead of stats.
For Bobby, for the men's or the women's?
All right, Rob. So Julian Reese averages 28 minutes, 13 points, 9 rebounds, Rob. That's a lot.
Of course he's a rebounder. It's in their blood, Mark.
Are you trying to say, Rob, the black people have in their blood?
No, it's in the Reese blood.
Hey, he's got 1.5 blocks. Apparently he can jump higher than his sister.
Yeah,
1.1 steals.
He had a nice block last night. He had a nice block last night and a nice rebound.
Whoa, he shoots 55%. They can't be related. 55%, Bob. But he doesn't shoot threes, so I guess they are related. So now he's got nice numbers. I don't think he's going to be in the NBA, Rob. But he's a senior. He's not going in the NBA with those kind of numbers. He may make it in the what do you call? So we'll see.
I mean, I got used to winning it all. My Final Four is Michigan State and Florida, and Houston and Duke. That's my Final Four.
What is it?
I got used to winning it all.
Houston.
I got Final Four. I got Houston, Duke, Michigan State, and Florida, and I got Houston winning it all.
Against who?
It's going to be against Michigan State.
The brackets match up right there, Rob?
Yeah, I got mine. These are mine. I already got them up already.
All right, let me just see. Michigan State, I think, will make the Final Four. I think Duke's making the Final Four. Who's your other pick, Rob, in the Final Four?
I got Duke, Houston, Michigan State, and Florida.
Duke.
Oh, and women's.
You're talking about men's, right?
Well, Bobby says women's. So that's what I had.
I'm asking you. Okay.
That's
You're
men's.
saying Michigan State.
That's men's.
Yeah, I know. That's what we're talking about right now. Michigan State and Duke. I got it. And then Houston. And your other one is Florida. Rob?
Who'd you say? You already said Florida. You
I'm
said Michigan State, Duke.
asking you what yours are again.
I'm asking you. Who do you have? Just say the four.
Yet. I didn't do a bracket for men's. I didn't watch any basketball except for Duke this year. For men's, I was too busy watching some women so I could talk about it. I do think Michigan State and Duke are going to make the Final Four. And Jay Billis says that Florida is the best team, so I'm assuming they're going to make the Final Four in Houston. But now I'm just
Bobby, for the women, of course. For the women's, of course, I got UConn, South Carolina, UCLA, and shit.
I'm going to write it down, Rob. You said Houston's winning over whom?
Over Michigan State.
Okay. Yeah, they don't meet in the Final Four. Michigan State would play Florida, and Houston would play Duke.
They play Duke. Yeah.
I'm taking Duke. And they're going to beat...
The Dukies. Ooh, the Dukies. Ooh, the Dukies.
The Dukies are going to beat Florida in the finals. That's my pick. Write that down, Rob. I'm going with Cooper Flag.
Huh.
This Maryland game still is 95-93 with 8.4 seconds left. I'm going with Duke. I'm going with the white guy, Rob. Cooper Flag.
All right, they're all white. Oh, okay.
They're now.
Oh, that's my other one. That's Texas. Texas, South Carolina. Texas, South Carolina. Shoot. UCLA and Connecticut. That's my Final Four for the women's.
Final Four for the women? Yeah. Let me write it down. Hang on a second. Go ahead, Robs. LSU, you said?
No.
Rob?
No.
No. Go ahead.
No,
Connecticut.
Texas,
South Carolina.
Connecticut, South Carolina.
All right.
And UCLA.
Okay. And are you looking at the bracket so you know who's playing whom? So you can tell me who's going to be in the finals and who's going to win?
It's gonna be a UConn South Carolina final.
They don't meet till the final. I'm not looking at the bracket, so. And South Carolina's going to win?
Yeah.
All right, I'm writing it down. Connecticut, Texas, South Carolina, UCLA. So USC is losing next Monday night. USC is losing to UConn. Right, Rob?
Yep.
I can see Gino will know how to cover.
USC doesn't have any. USC's bench is weak.
Yeah, I agree with you. UConn's going to beat USC. I think Gino will outcoach. What's her name? Gottlieb? Is that her name? The coach for is it Lindsay Gottlieb or something like that? Is that her name? I think Gino will outcoach her, and that's the reason that UConn will win. Whether they're better or not, I don't know. They probably have more. They do have more depth. So, yeah.
All right, I gotta scoot out of here. I'm gonna go watch. I'm gonna gotta make the dinner for the troops.
The troops? What troops you got, Rob?
I got my Asian troops here.
Rob,
Taiwanese.
This game's still going on. It's 95-93.
I have it on TV.
They had a foul Maryland, though, it looked like.
Yeah, they're up 95-93.
Yeah.
8 seconds left.
She has to hit two of these and the game's over. She hits both of these, it's over with. They're not going to get two scores with 6.3 seconds left. They do it right.
Yeah, good to see you too again, Joseph, and
All right,
everybody.
let's see if she.
You guys are all great. You guys are always great.
Oh,
Keep me
she
going.
missed. She missed. It's pretty cute. There you go. She only made 1 out of 2, Rob. That leaves the door open. They're only down by 3. Oh, she got fouled. Oh, she didn't give. Is there a foul call?
Yes. All right. I'm gonna go eat. Take care, Lisa. Take care, everybody. Peace out.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a foul, Rob. She jumped right into her. That's stupid. Why move into her? Just jump up and make it hard on her. That's just such a dumb foul. Oh, God. She was already far enough away from the basket. She's not Caitlin Clark. Just put your hands up and maybe take 1 step towards her, and that's it. Don't jump into her. Oh, she jumped into her. That's so dumb. Just jump straight up. Oh. Gosh. They know they're not supposed to do that. Oh. The shot wasn't even close after that. It wasn't going in anyways. But it's hard to hit 3 free throws in a row. It's only 0.7 seconds left. So if she misses one of these, she's going to have to bounce it off the backboard of the rim. That one woman, I thought, it kind of had an open shot, and she took it. 2. Yeah. She seems very composed. I wonder if she a senior. She hit all 3. Another overtime. Oh, I wanted someone to win, though. Wow, that was huge. I mean, what grade she's in. She just hit 3 free throws in a row and to put the game into overtime. Wow. Let's see what her number's 3. She plays for Alabama. Sarah Ashley Barker. Senior. She's a senior. Her career was on the line. That one woman that missed a free throw on the Maryland team. Wow, that was impressive. I don't know. You can't have 3 free throws every time you do it. But yeah, who was the one that did the shot before that on the other team? What was the player that shot the free throws from Maryland? Do you guys remember what the jersey number one of the woman that from Maryland that took the shots and hit 1 of 2? Wow. So now we had what's the other score of the other game? Let me just see. Ooh, LSU's crushing Florida State. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Tonight, Lotson has 25 points, though, 9 for 21, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. She's having, a pretty good game. 1 for 8 from threes, though. That's not good. Got 2 steals, but how's Flage doing? Flage, 11 points is all. Wow. 3 assists, and she didn't do a lot. Nisa Morrow, 7 rebounds. She usually gets more than that. She got 20 points, though. Michaela Williams was their big scorer today, 24 points. Oh, you got it, Basil? Basil's on top of things. I thought she was cute, too. I know they're young. They're still cute, though. Sailor. Okay, thanks. No, she wasn't a starter. The junior. 6'2" junior. All right. Let me close my other window. I opened up the windows because it was getting warm in here. Flag's the real deal. I'm telling you, he's going to be a superstar. I'm not saying he's going to be LeBron James, but he has a better all-around game than LeBron James at the same age, but he's not as gifted athletically. I mean, no one's as gifted athletically as LeBron James. So I'm not saying he's going to be like the top 2 players of all time, but I wouldn't surprise me if he's a top 20 or 25 player of all time. He's the real deal. He's very mature all-around game. And he's not overly hyped. I like the fact they're not overly hyping him because he's white. I don't think he gets enough hype, but he's 18 years old. We'll see what happens. So why does Stephen A. Smith never talk about Cooper Flagg? All he talks about is Juju Watkins now. Gee, I wonder why. You think he's going to flame out? Why? On what basis? He doesn't appear weak physically. Oh, Maryland's up by 5 now. I don't think so. I think you're looking at a stud. Guy's mature, composed all around. He's athletic. He's got good size. Where's his downside? He doesn't cry every time he doesn't get a foul call. I like that about him. Who was the last high school star that did not flame out? You mean the number one recruit? out of high school, and how do they do in the pros? I'd have to look that up. I don't know. Look it up and research it. And see what the number one recruit coming out of high school is, and then how they ended up having a pro career. I bet you ChatGPT could tell me that. I'm telling you, I've been watching basketball a long time. I'm not saying I'm right every time, but there's something about his game that's going to translate easily to the pros, and it's the all-around maturity. Like I said, I'm glad they're not overhyping him. There's enough pressure on him as there is. Yeah, I saw that they made a mistake, and she said, "Well, they put the graph up there, like they were talking about that before that. Why didn't she know before that Kelsey Mitchell had the record? Because that game was after it made the news. So." No, I knew he was talking about men. Again, I'm not predicting him like top 2 or top 5 all time, but I am predicting him pretty high. He's not top 20 or top 25 all time. I would be surprised. He'll be the best player in the league at one point. It may be a while though, because Victor W is it's only like 2 years older. Victor W looks like he's going to be the best player in the league pretty soon. He wasn't this year. Michael Wilbon was predicting he was going to be this year, and he was wrong. He's definitely not the best player in the league this year, but it could be next year. Again, a 2-point game. This game could last. Are we looking at remember that Syracuse game that went into overtime 7 times? I watched that game. No. All right, Beza, I'm going to disagree with you on Tyler Hansbrough. Tyler Hansbrough is not as athletic as Cooper Flagg, and he doesn't have as good all-around game either. And people weren't projecting Tyler Hansbrough to be a good pro either. If that was the case, they would have drafted him higher. Didn't he go like 13th or something? Or didn't he go pretty high in the draft? So I don't see a Tyler Hansbrough at all. Tyler Hansbrough was always a little clumsy, I thought. Not even sure he deserved Player of the Year, but he did get it. He is stronger and faster and jumps higher than Tyler Hansbrough. So he has more athletic ability and he has more mature all-around game. So I don't see that happening. It wasn't a surprise to people that Tyler Hansbrough wasn't a big pro, though, because, like I said, he didn't go very high in the draft, and people were saying he was a little slow. Let me just see something. He looks pretty strong for an 18-year-old. Let me just see something. the number one ranked high school senior, who are the number one ranked high school seniors in men's basketball? Who are the number one ranked high school seniors in men's basketball for the last 25 years? All right. So Basil, I just gave ChatGPT asking him for the number one ranked seniors the last 25 years. We'll see how many of them became stars. I have no idea how many of them became stars. But the number one recruit this year coming out, Jay Billis said he's at least as good as Cooper Flagg. Like he'd be the number one pick if he was coming out right now because of his athletic ability. I forget his name. This game's going on forever. Sarah Ashley Barker, she didn't make any All-American teams, did she? She got 43 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, a block. She has 11 turnovers, though. It's a lot of turnovers for someone who has 3 assists. It's a lot of turnovers. But she's 16 for 24 and 4 for 6 for 3. She's having a career game other than the turnovers. She didn't make any All-American teams. Let me just see what her stats are. I never heard of her. She averages 17.6 6.3 rebounds, 3.9 assists, 2 steals, a blocks. She shoots 50% and 35%. So she's a good all-around player. But did not make the All-American teams. I remember Taylor Hansbrough. I thought he was going to be a tad better than he was in the pros, but I didn't think he was going to translate well because it wasn't that athletic. But he didn't have much of a career, did he? I'd have to look it up. All right, it's a 3-point game. Wow. She just scored again. You think she's going to generate some press this week? And everyone's going to want to see her play? 45 points. Well, she did have 2 overtimes to do it, but still. Eight rebounds. The only thing she doesn't have is the assists and the turnovers to have a assist and turnover numbers. Are you ahead of me? Okay, 1-point game. I just saw the free throw. Oh, needed that. Oh. Oh. 1.8 seconds. They kind of need this ball here. This is a huge goal. Oh, I can't tell. It looked like it was off red, but oh. And then it looked like it hit the white players. Oh, God, I'm glad I don't have to make that decision. Offlatter scored 0 points today? Oh, my God. That's terrible. She has a lot of heart. She doesn't have a lot of talent, I think. But she played pretty well for Iowa last year as a starter after what's her name got hurt. Did she? I think Mick did a video on her, didn't he? Saying that she should be drafted. I don't know. I guess she can make it as 11th or 12th player. I don't see it as ever starting in the WNBA, but she does have she has a certain amount of toughness to her. So we'll see. So who did they make a ruling on this ball yet? God, that's a tough call. I couldn't tell. It looked like they were both touching at the same time. It looks like a jump ball to me. I wish they would show it again. Alabama's ball. We got ourselves a game. Better than name who Mick didn't do a video on. Oh, that's funny. Oh. No. They couldn't get it into her. She couldn't get loose from her defender. She could make it. I just don't think she'll ever be a starter. The WNBA is not as tough as they say it is. And there's 2 expansion teams coming in next year, right? Although she's a senior right now, right? She could always play a year in Europe if she doesn't make it. And come back and make it an expansion team. Who has the Um, so is North Carolina, West Virginia? I don't care about that game. So I guess Florida State lost, huh? It's 2:46 left. They're down by 30, 33. Wow. Anyways, I gotta eat some dinner. Gabby Marshall. Yeah, Gabby Marshall was a good defender. But she couldn't create her own shot. She wasn't much of a dribbler. She could hit a three and play defense and not much else. That was the problem with Gabby Marshall. Yeah. So anyways, I got to get something to eat. I didn't eat dinner. I was doing other things. But anyway. All right. We'll see you guys Thursday at 5:30 if you want. Rich is going to be there. And I think Act Nation said he could be there on Thursday. So we'll have a regular Caitlin Clark's crossover. All right. Love you all, channel. Thank you, Rebel. All right. See you later, everybody. All right. Take care.